Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Work in Progress Wednesday, we have not one, but two WCW wrestlers. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Now, I tripped myself up a little bit there. We don't have two wrestlers here. We have two guys from WCW, and I've wanted to make both for a while. So, starting off on the left here, we have Parka. And with tomorrow being Halloween, and then in the coming days, Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead happening, I figured we would choose a luchador in a mask, as well as another true horror for WCW, depending on who you talk to, in Vince Russo. So, with Parka here, I just showed off a bunch of head sculpts that I got from Head Gimmicks last Friday for my unboxing, and this was the one I wanted to get to right away. I'm really excited to make it. So, the shoulders, I'm going to go through every part. So, the shoulders are from basic Stardust. I took the black shoulders there so that there was not going to be any paint rub. The arms on both of those are from a basic Finn Balor, an NXT version. And then I left the gloved hands from the Stardust. I popped those into the Finn Balor arms. The torso is from a Mick Foley figure. I don't remember which one it is. It's the same mold as the Junkyard Dog. Maybe the head shrinkers is sometimes it's hard to tell when the skin tone is different. That same general mold, but everything's gonna be painted black, so I didn't really care what torso it was. But then the crotch piece is obviously a D'Lo Brown. It's got the deco on there still, and then the lower legs are from one of the Ultimate Edition Shawn Michaels figures, which I bought a bunch of. So gonna be painting all of that black, and then the head sculpt here is going to be there's a lot of detail that's in it, so I think I'm gonna try to use some of my Micron pens to color in there and see how well I can get the detail in. But then the front of the hood here, these triangles are gonna be white, and then these spots on top are gonna be red. Everything else will be black, and I will be excited when we're done. There's a lot of decals as well, so after we get that all on, we've got all the decals here, and it's just the skeleton, I can't think of the word. Words aren't wording right now. So we're moving on to Vince Russo here, but this head sculpt I got a while back. It is from Tom Veg. I had ordered from him quite a while ago. I want to say this for like Black Friday last year, something like that. But then he's going to be using some Eddie Guerrero 4-pack legs and like some Shield boots for his feet. And then obviously this is a Shane O'Mac jersey because we are going to paint all of this black, and then we're going to paint the shoulders and everything as well. Obviously we'll fix up the head sculpt too, but then he's just going to have his jeans. We'll do a dry brush on the jeans as well. And then we've got the Barry Bonds jersey that we're going to draw or put the decals on for, so that he's got his look from Bash at the Beach 2000 when he had his infamous like shoot, and then the like worked shoot but also not a real shoot, but then also a real shoot with Hulk Hogan and Jeff Jarrett, where a lot of people point to WCW just going to complete hell afterwards. So I'm excited to get to these two. Obviously we've got a lot of prepping, a lot of painting black, but this is going to look fantastic when we're done, so let's get to it. All right, time to prep everything. So first, gonna get all the pieces of Parka painted black, cover up any of the deco. A lot of times I will just use acetone if it's small, but there were some larger spots and I don't want any of the acetone or the goof off residue coming through on the decals. So Decided to just paint it all black because the black covers pretty well and I got to put a couple layers on anyway. For the head sculpt here, it's all primed white, so I'm going to do the red first and then I'll come back in with the black to finish it up, but it's easier to paint black over everything than it is red or white, obviously, so that's where we're starting. With Russo, just got to paint it black, and the shoulders, so I don't know if you're really going to be able to tell at the end, but they kind of rub, and I didn't realize that. So, like, after the fact, after I show you guys everything, I am going to go back in and sand down some spots just so it's not rubbing. So, if you decide to do the same thing with this jersey and shoulders, you can just be aware of that beforehand, unlike me. So, with black here, I'm going to be try to be careful. I don't want to have to paint red and white over it to touch it up, but I'm sure it'll happen in some spots, but I try to be careful going around here, and it's kind of awkward to hold, even though I do have it sitting on the body here. It kind of moves around, but it's not too bad, just tedious. And the face is very difficult. I'll get what I can on screen, but I really have to just stare at a picture and try to get it as best I can. So decals here, obviously everything's all painted black, and the decals were fitted, I think, for a different torso, but they'll work for this. We still have plenty of room. Might maybe have to squeeze things in a little bit, but it should be perfectly fine. Just the same process as always. Micro set, put it down, pat it down with the sponge a little bit, micro sole, soften it up, and then I'll come back in with a hair dryer to just kind of finish it off, soften those decals a little bit so they stick better. Then it's just a matter of getting them all in place, making sure the hip bone connects to the knee bone and the knee bone connects to the ankle bone. Not sure what you guys can all hear, but there's a work in progress outside of my garage as I record this too. So you might hear some some bricks being thrown. Not sure what you can all hear in there. Trying to edit that out at the end. Vince Russo here, gonna paint it black. I'm gonna dry brush his beard with some gray, dry brush his hair with some dark brown to kind of bring out some texture, and that'll be pretty easy to finish up. There we are. We have our Chairman of WCW as well as the creative control. I guess I don't remember what Russo's title was, but we've got Parka and Vince Russo here, and these were a blast. I do feel like Parka, I didn't make him large enough. I think his head, if the hood was a little smaller, it would look a little better proportionally. I don't hate the formula. I just feel like it doesn't quite capture the size of him. So I'll probably go back with a different set of decals, just give them a little bit different look, and a different formula, but that'll be down the road. For now, I'm very happy with how it turned out. I still think it's a decent head sculpt. I don't have issues with that. Vince Russo, I wish there was a little more expression to his face, but I think it's a good sculpt. I think it still captures him well, and I think you can see the white on the pants, the dry brush in there. I just threw that on quick. Did end up painting just a generic design on the Parka's gloves because we didn't have decals for that. And I did have to adjust things a little bit with the decals because it was made for the Bray Wyatt torso, so it was a little off as far as the lines and everything, but I'm still really happy with how it turned out. And once the black was all on, it honestly, it was pretty straightforward with these customs. So that is going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy your Halloween tomorrow if you celebrate. I love the whole month of October. I've been watching tons of movies. I'm just about to wrap up with my 31 horror movies of the month. But outside of that, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate it. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, and remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.